something I want to change. And change, like I said, change from not doing it at all to at least I'm doing it on a consistent basis. Changes from doing it on a consistent basis to doing it better on a consistent basis. And then you're doing it from a better on a consistent basis to doing the best that I can possibly do on a consistent basis. Because consistency is where it's at, y'all. Family. I say family. Welcome to the Bacon Bits Podcast. Yes, as you can see, we're having a silly moment. Welcome to the Bacon Bits Podcast, fam, where we desire for you to take the bits of information and immediately apply them to your life for success. Always remember that on every podcast, it will be informative, uplifting, and encouraging. See, that time I said it backwards, okay? I want to keep y'all on y'all toes. The areas of life that we'll be talking about today on the Bacon Bits Podcast is having a balanced life. And I need to hear y'all say it. Fam, say valuable information applied equals success. Fam, so since we're always talking about, every episode is talking about changing. Let's be honest. It is. We want you to be better. You see in areas in your life that, guess what? You might be doing good, but I want them to be better. Fam, there's episodes you're going to be hearing. You're going to be like, I'm doing better at that, but I want to be my best. So guess what you're constantly doing? Changing. So fam, when we change, are we changing for the sake of changing? Because activities without a purpose is a drain to our life. Guess what? I'm moving, but are we moving in the direction that we want to go in life? So it has to be some change. Has to be. We're moving in the direction we want to go. Or are we just, guess what? I'm doing something. But fam, if there's no fruit to what we're doing, we are wasting time. Don't waste my time. Yeah, I just wanted to sing. I just had a moment right there. Fam, I don't just want to change. I don't just want to do activities just to be doing them, fam. I want to be changing in a better direction. So guess what I need to do? I need to be results focused. I should be purpose focused. And I should have a map of the action plan I want to be focused. Notice there's some results. Fam, if I want to make a change, what do I want the results to be? What is the results and the purpose? What is the purpose of the change? And then thirdly, what is the action steps? What's the map? What's the game plan? What is something that I'm doing intentionally to have a changed life? What is that? I want to get to that point. Because my desire is I want to get people from getting motivated to getting them to their destination. Yeah, anybody can get you hyped up and motivated and encouraged at the beginning. And you need that. That's the initial gas in the tank to get you fired up. Fam. Oh! Okay, no, keep going. Okay, as I was saying. Fam, that's important. I don't want to get people just motivated to get the initial change. I want to be your coach to help you continue to change. I really do. So that's why we do different little things to help you fine tune your life to have a better life. I want to help you to do the little things to do. And I work with, drug addicts and alcoholics and I always clown on this part. I want to help you tweak your life. Yeah. I don't want it to have to be a big change. I want it to go from you hearing a little bit of static in that area of where you want to change to you having clarity in that change. So it could be something simple as in, so one of our stations here in Tucson, Arizona is 97.5. And, that's where you hear, usually classic R&B, classic hip hop. So I'm just using that as an example. So I'm saying, beautiful, I just want you to know you're my favorite girl. I know y'all thought the radio was on. It was. I sound good. I know I do. So that's on 97.5. But if I'm on 97.3, I'm hearing... You see, I ain't hearing this clearly. How much effort does it take to go from 97.3 to 97.5? Click. Sometimes in our life, in order to make that change, all it's going to take is a beautiful click. That's it. That little tweak, that little fine tuning, that little small movement. That's going to help you change your life to the kind of life that you say you want. You mean to tell me, so one of the things that stopped me from having great health is drinking water every day? Wow, that's crazy. You mean to tell me telling my queen every day that I love her could help the marriage be that much more better? Yeah. I just want to throw one of those little bragging moments out there. Fam, so I was at this men's meeting the other night, and they was having pizza at the meeting. I wasn't hungry, but I took a couple of pieces of pizza because I know one of the favorite things that my wife loves is having a couple of pieces of pizza in the morning with a cup of coffee. We love that. And fam, I knew I was telling my wife I loved her by getting a couple of pieces of pizza so that when we woke up in the morning, we throw it in the oven, we warm it up, and we have a cup of coffee. I demonstrated to my queen how much I loved her by a small act of pizza. My producers are making crazy faces. It's the little things, fam. It ain't the big stuff. It ain't the big stuff. It's not the big stuff. It literally is the little things. Fam, can you spend 5 minutes of solitude every day, of quietness? No, your podcast is still playing. I just wanted you to see moments of quietness. You might have heard my refrigerator even running while I was being quiet. Why is that? You need to have moments of solitude where I can quietly hear the refrigerator being. I can literally hear the birds outside singing. It's those little moments of solitude. You know it's good for you. Why don't you do it? Remember, it's not the man, fam. If you got to set your watch to do some of this stuff, literally set your watch, fam. I'm going to drink. I'm gonna set an 8-ounce cup by my table, and every time commercial comes on for my TV show I'm watching, I'm gonna drink this 8-ounce glass of water. Wait a minute, is it that simple? Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me I can do 25 jumping jacks in between commercials of my favorite show? Wait a minute. You playing with me? I can do some push-ups and some sit-ups in between the commercials of what I'm watching. You better. If I'm playing games in between each. Before the start of each game, I'm gonna do some kind of exercise. Or I'm gonna drink some water. Huh? Why we gotta make it so hard and so difficult? Remember, it's gonna be the simple stuff every day. My wife would get on me about put my clothes away because I stack them up on the side of the bed. Just putting my clothes away can make my marriage that much more better. My wife is cooking. Man, why can't I just wash the dishes and clean them for her? So it can make the marriage that much better. Like I said, we ain't talking about this knockdown drag. I got to be super smart. And I got to have $1 million to do all this stuff. I got to have a whole lot of time. Fam, usually the changes that we need to make in life, and I want somebody to send me this, whoever said this quote, because I would love to know who said this quote. Changes we need to make in life are so minute that they border on stupidity, and that's why most people won't do it. Literally. How bad do you want to change? Fam, and then guess what? There's always something I want to change in my life. Always. Always, and I do mean always. Something I want to change. And change, like I said, change from not doing it at all to at least I'm doing it on a consistent basis. Changes from doing it on a consistent basis to doing it better on a consistent basis. And then you're doing it from a better on a consistent basis to doing the best that I can possibly do on a consistent basis. Because consistency is where it's at, y'all. I really wish I could tell you it's the other stuff. Excuse me. Consistency is huge. Whatever, fam. We've been doing this podcast for 2+ years. It's the consistency of putting out episodes that every Wednesday. Fam, you can be alert and assured that there's going to be an episode every Wednesday. We want to make sure you have the information that you need to make the changes in your life. We are here to say, if I could speak to the younger version of me, and that's the cool part about the podcast. One of the mission statements for me is, fam, my mission is, guess what? I want to speak to, how they say, if you could talk to your younger self, what would you say? What I'm doing is when I'm talking to the younger people that's listening to this podcast, fam, I want to help them change. Not that you can't be older and listen to it, but I just want to talk to the 25-year-old version of me and say, man, if you knew this information right here and you start applying it, boy, your life would be off the chain. That's what I want. That's who I want to talk to. When I see young men that's out there that's really doing this thing, I'd be like, man, if you just made this little tweak right here, if you made this, you just fine-tuned your life right here, boy, man, where would your life be? Fam, that's why the change is so important. Because if we're going to be constantly changing, why not have somebody that's constantly wanting to change with us so we can be the best version of ourselves? Fam, I ain't the sweetest in none of these areas that I talk about. I'm not a multimillionaire yet. I haven't been married for, 62 years yet. I haven't been, physically peaked yet. It's always room for improvement. Fam, it's always something I can learn. I can always grow closer to God. Notice I ain't going to never achieve the maximum in any of these areas, but can I get better at them? Yes, always. If I constantly remember, I need to change. I need to have the right attitude. I need to have that. I need to know that, fam, it's always going to be warfare mentally and trying to be the best version of you. Yes, we don't talk about that part. It's warfare. It really is. Mental warfare. Oh, my God. Think about that. I'm trying to get better financially, and there's stuff that just be happening to us, like our transmission. That's about $8,000. It got to be over $8,000. I got to get fit. Yeah, financial struggles. Damn, in our marriage, when my baby had her 2 brain surgery, guess what? That was a challenge. That's big, fam. When I done had my health scares, I didn't faint it. Let me see, I'm 57. I probably have fainted about 6 times in my lifetime. I usually faint once every decade. Why is that? Fam, for either dehydration, because 5 out of the 6 were dehydration. The last one, I didn't even know what it was, and I passed out. So, fam, and the thing about it is, go to the doctor, go get my physical. I usually tell y'all it's the truth. Have a great physical every year, but every 10 years, I'll have a spell. So I got to be careful of. You ain't drinking your water. Get on top of your game with drinking that water. But fam, it's warfare. Think about it. You going through what you're going through, whatever areas it is, it's going to be warfare. You're trying to keep your mind sharp and keep it tight. Crazy thoughts be crossing your mind. You're trying to get that relationship with God. Something is always interrupting with your Bible time or you're praying. Fam, it's warfare. It literally is all out war to be the person that you need to be, because you're trying to change to be this better version. So part of it is having that aha moment where you say, it's an awakening. In this area in my life, I need to change. And then think about it, fam. Whether it's a financial situation, it's trying to help you change to have a balanced budget or whatever. When we're having relationship issues, it's a reason so it can fine tune that relationship. When you're having health scares, it is to alert you that you need to be on top of your game, fam. It's a wake up call. It's a wake up call. So I got to have that A, awakening. B, I got to be honest with myself, fam. I'm not doing the things I need to do. Not doing the things I need to do. Can I be brutally honest with myself? Guess what? I'm the one going to do the drugs and alcohol because I'm trying to numb not having to deal with, the grief that I went through because someone that I love passed away. I got to be honest with myself and say there's a reason why my finances is jacked up in this day, because I'm not doing, fam, I got to admit my marriage is not flowing like it needs to be flowing. Fam, that brutal honesty is important, man. Man, I'm always just numbing myself with TV watching or playing a game instead of taking some hour to invest in. Fam, I got it. Man, I don't feel as close as God as I usually would. Fam, can I be honest with myself? What is it going to take? What is it going to take? It's warfare. So I got to understand that. Guess what? Because I'm just using me, I have a uncommon calling. So it requires uncommon stamina. Like, man, it ain't just regular old. I got to put forth more effort because I guess what? If I'm trying to strive to be the best version of myself in whatever area this may be, and I'm just trying to be the best version of John Bacon I could possibly be, fam, I got to understand, guess what? It's going to take stamina and just no overnight success. It's not just no one-time thing of how to do it. It's a consistency of over and over and over again. And that's where the other A comes into play. So we talked about awakening, being woke up from whatever situation we in. We got to be H. Got to be honest. This is what I'm dealing with. And then what's the action steps I'm going to take? What's the things that I'm going to do? Not just take it one time, not just do it one time. Because anybody can get married and have a wedding one time. To stay married, fam, that's decades of love, love, love. However that person needs to be loved. Fam, it ain't just a one-time thing. When you're raising kids, you just had a baby that one day and then you're just done. Fam, that's 18 plus years of pouring into that child. It's a consistency. It's not just a one-time thing. That's the same thing with life, fam. Most of the stuff that we have in life, it's not one time. It's doing it over and over and over again. Y'all heard about the whole 10,000 reps to become a master or something. Fam, you got to do it over. But knowing that change is going to happen, and when change happens, when I first change, it's going to feel awkward. No question. When I do some of my exercises, man, I feel so foolish when I'm doing the exercise at first. But after a while, I'm so used to doing it, it's like secondhand to me. It's like riding a bike. It really is. But when I first started doing stuff, fam, it feels super awkward because guess what? You've never done it before, so now you're learning how to do it. So, fam, when that change comes, yes, be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's it. But change has to happen because I want to be a better version of me. So, family, I love you. I want the best for you. The best. And understand, when change is happening, be comfortable. Accept the uncomfortability of the change and say, you know what? This is where I got to step up and just embrace it until it becomes comfortable and I'm flowing in it. Fam, we got to change for the better. This is your boy John Bacon with another segment of Bacon Bits. I love you guys. Don't want nothing but the best for you. God bless. What up, fam? Do you need some extra tools that's going to help your life be the best that it can possibly be? Are you constantly juggling work, family, and personal time only to feel drained and unfulfilled? That's where the book that I wrote called The Balanced Life can be your guide to reclaiming your time, energy, and happiness with practical strategies for setting boundaries, prioritizing self-care, and achieving real balance. This book helps you create a life that you love without the burnout. Get ready to break free from the chaos and step into a life of purpose and peace. Grab your copy of The Balanced Life because you deserve a life that works for you. Also, we have The Unraveling. It's a journal to help you write, reflect, and heal. Your thoughts matter. Your feelings deserve space. The Unraveling Journal is more than just a notebook. It's your personal guide to self-reflection, healing, and growth. With guided prompts, mindfulness exercises, and room to express yourself freely, this journal helps you untangle emotions, process life's challenges, and rediscover clarity. Take a moment for you. Write, reflect, and heal, one page at a time. And fam, also another book written by my wife is Healthy Relationships. Because fam, you know this. Great relationships don't just happen. They're built. Whether it's with your partner, kids, friends, or coworkers, strong connections are the foundation of a happy life. In healthy relationships, you'll learn how to communicate better, set healthy boundaries, and nurture trust in every relationship that matters to you. Because when your connections thrive, you thrive. Start building stronger, healthier relationships today. Order your copy at kingdomservantsfirst.com. Once again, that's kingdomservants1st.com. Fam, we want you to be the best version of yourself. Get one of these books today. God bless.